Hi. How's it going? I'm really happy to be back today for our live workshop. It's been a while since we've done these, so I'm super excited to do it again. Yeah, today I'm talking about something that I am so excited to talk about and something that a lot of people will not fully tell you about, the real way to do a profitable launch. So I keep getting the same kind of thing. I have emails I want to write, or I have this I want to do. Can you write this? Can you do this? And I know for a fact that it's not going to work based on what I know from their business. But the thing is that nobody's telling them to do anything different or giving them a different blueprint or formula. So today we're going to talk about what the most important thing to do when you're trying to prepare a launch. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. So you should be able to see my screen now. Sorry, that took a minute. So today, the secret of highly profitable launches, what nobody else will tell you about launching in a successful way. I'm your host, Violetta Potter. I'm a conversion strategist and copywriter, and I'm here to help you communicate with your audience. And as always, please get in touch. Send me an email. Say hi. Say what you like, what you don't like. You can get in touch with me via hello@violettapotter.com. Ready? As always, I want you to be fully present and fully engaged. So please silence your notifications, put your phone aside, grab a pen and paper. Launches can make you a bunch of money if you do them right. And I wholly believe this. If you do a launch right, you can get a whole bunch of money. And we know this, we've heard all of the behind the scenes of my blah, blah, blah $1 million launch, or my 7-figure, 6-figure, 5-figure launch. We know that they can make you money. But today I'm giving you all of the secrets. Why this matters. So we're all doing this to make an impact, to support the lifestyle we want, to build a vision for ourselves. And I want you to do it in a way that will optimize your success and will maximize your efforts. And of course, so that it grows your wallet and it grows your impact. You'll learn how to prepare yourself for a more successful launch. But first, let's paint a picture. Now, I did mention at the very beginning that I get this kind of call from a lot of people. Like, I'm ready to launch like yesterday. I want to launch in 6 weeks. I want to launch in 3 weeks. But it's not just what happened to other people. I did this exact same thing. And when I started, really putting myself out there to start selling info products, I also wanted to launch. And I fell flat on my face. So this is also coming from experience. So this is a picture not just of what I've seen in launches that I've worked or people that I know, but also what happened to me. So I call this the recipe for a flop sandwich. You start a business, you get the launch bug, you're like, I'll do an ad or a webinar. That's what everybody does. Or I do an ad that leads to a webinar. Then I'll write a bunch of emails, and then I'm going to hit the jackpot. So you start how to start a business. 3 to 6 months later, I know I'll launch something. All the cool kids are doing it. So you try to do an ad. Maybe it leads to a webinar. Hey, I'm live. Here's some awesome value. Now buy my stuff. So then you do a bunch of emails. Whole long email sequence, and you got this blueprint from someone, and you think it'll make you hit the jackpot. Flop sandwich. The problem, we were so eager to strike it rich that we forgot to set the foundation for a profitable business. But does this launch style work for anyone? The truth is, it does. It works for some people, and it has worked for some people. And we know that because we've gotten a million blueprints or a million courses that sell this exact same process. And it used to work a lot more, but we are in a different landscape now. So many more people are launching. So many more people know about launching. They know about the funnel. They know about the email sequence. And so many more people are pushing back against it. So while it may have worked before, it may not work now. Oops, sorry about that. But it could work for established businesses. Say you're Amy Porterfield's. You know, people know them, that you can go see their whole launch, and then you can go to see where she is on Twitter or Facebook, and see that she has a bajillion followers. You're like, oh, this person must be legit. So it's a little different. If you're just starting out, this process won't work for you as much because you don't have all of that social proof. People who have super, super active relationships with their audience, it could work for them. Like I'm talking about super engaged. They've been doing it for a while. Even if they hadn't sold anything, they have a relationship with their audience. Or you have thousands to invest in ads. So I'll bring in Amy Porterfield as an example again. She does this process, but here's the thing. She spends hundreds of thousands of dollars in ads. I mean, on YouTube, on all kinds of things. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you don't have that kind of money to invest in that kind of ad system, then it's probably not the best method for you. You already have, or it could work for you if you already have a large network, or you have a very uniquely compelling offer. I mean, the truth is a lot of people are doing the same thing as other people. And there's nothing wrong with that because I really believe that every single person brings their own value, even if it's the same topic that somebody else is doing. But if there's a lot of different things to choose from, your market reach, your pie of that market is a little smaller. So if you have a very uniquely compelling offer, that could work for you too. The truth, that method of launching will only work for a small fraction of businesses. So what do you do instead? Well, to build a profitable business, you have to establish a connection and build a relationship with the people who will eventually pay you money. Now, this is for real. You have to establish that connection and build that relationship. This is the most important thing. So this idea of, oh, I have the launch bug, let me launch like 3 weeks. It's not going to fly. So the answer, include a pre-launch phase. This is something simple you can do, but here's why people don't like it. It requires some time. People like to be rushing into the making money. I want to be the next success story right now. I want to make it big right now. But you need to set that foundation. So include a pre-launch phase. And I'm not talking about, the 2-week pre-launch phase that some people do or the 4-week pre-launch phase. I'm talking about a lengthy amount of time. I'm talking about 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months even. So if you are in your first year of business or the first year that you're really thinking about selling more things and launching things, either a service, a product, a course, a program, give yourself some time to work on growing your list and establishing a relationship with the people on that list. Now, the length of your pre-launch phase depends on how big you are and how warm your list is. Ultimately, you want people to be warm and ready for what you're going to sell to them. So your pre-launch phase will really depend on what you've already got going on in the background. So the pre-launch mindset. I really believe that there is that a big part of business has to do with mindset. Not as much what you're able to do or your capabilities, but the mindset to push those capabilities. So I really think that step one is to be open, to prepare yourself mentally and to prepare yourself emotionally to give and receive. Because to really go all in into a business, you have to give yourself. You have to be ready to be vulnerable and give it all you have. But if you're not fully, you don't have the space within you to give that, you also won't have the space within you to receive anything. So deal with that mindset stuff and be open to giving and to receiving. Make it personal. You know that almost every single one of my workshops has been about building a relationship, about establishing a connection, about being open, and making it personal is, of course, a huge part of that. Share yourself. You know, that's why this step, the be open, is so important, because you have to share yourself, and you can't share yourself if you're not ready to give yourself, if you're not ready to be vulnerable. So make sure you share your story. So like today's workshop, for example, I went through the flop sandwich. I built myself a flop sandwich, and I'm showing you that, you know, I'm including this to show you where I'm coming from, to show you that I'm not just like talking about hypotheticals here. I've been through this, and I want you to know that I'm coming from a place of care and love, because I don't want you to go through the same thing. So make it personal, include your story, reach out to people and talk to them, show them you're real, and do it genuinely. I've seen a lot of people who are like, well, what do I have to do to have this kind of launch? It's like, well, you're thinking about it the wrong way. First of all, it's not just about the launch. It's not just about padding your wallet. It's about really making an impact. And if you're not going to do that, your wallet won't be as padded, or you'll be like the infomercial type, you know, who people buy and then report to the Better Business Bureau because the product is horrible. You don't want to be that. Show you're real and do it genuinely. Then, of course, it's about give. Give value consistently, give it on different platforms, and share everything. The rule, you've heard this. It's 80-20. 80% give, 20% promote. But the majority should be to give. Then you should engage in consistent conversation. Engage them in conversation, ask them questions, ask them to participate. Goodness gracious, what is happening here? Ask for their creations, have them give you content that they created with whatever you've been teaching them. Have them do little videos, little introductions, play a game with them even. You know, like, what about playing a 2 Truths and a Lie game over social media? Just find ways to engage. Now, I know it can be difficult when you ask, and you don't receive anything in return, but this is the long game. You have to do it consistently. And the more you do it, the more people will respond. So open yourself up and people will come. So as you do a pre-launch phase, you should be very strategic. Create a pre-launch plan. What content will you create? How can you stretch your content to make the most impact? And create a few things and repurpose them like crazy. Then, of course, promote the hell out of them. So it doesn't have to be a lot of content. Just create some and then use it all over. Break it up, repackage it, reword it. Use the exact same content over and over and over. And then get visibility by partnering with lots of people at your level, or a couple of people with a wider audience. This is super important. And this is something that Facebook groups are good for. Reach out to people. Try to partner up with people. If you can't get it connected with an influencer, get connected with a lot of different little people at your level, and then use this, together you can create a wide reach and a wide audience base that you can, put yourself in front of a wider audience base by connecting with other people. And number 4, this is one thing that I absolutely love to tell my clients to do: create content that will prepare people for whatever you're launching. So think of it like prerequisite material for your course, program, or offering. So if you're launching, let's say, how to be a photographer, a wedding photographer, a profitable wedding photographer business. And you're trying to teach people, but you know that they're just getting started. You can't fully be a wedding photographer if you're not, you don't know some things yet. So in your content leading up to that, give them the prerequisites. What do they need to know? Where do they need to be in order to be ready for that course? Whatever it is that you're selling, where do they need to be? What do you need to set up to make that leap a much smaller one? Even for, let's say you're selling something new that you haven't been talking about before, how can you start setting up your expertise on that particular topic or in that particular way through this pre-launch content? So this is the content that will prep your audience to be ready for whatever it is that you'll be selling. And as always, remember, your audience is who will make or break your business. They're the ones who will pay you to success. So make them a major focus of all of your endeavors. Remember, without your audience, where are you going to get money? Yeah, you can do affiliates, but still you need audience. You can do ads, but you need traffic. No matter what it is, your audience, the people who follow you, the people who go on your site, the people who see your content, and are the people who will ultimately be giving you money. So do everything with them in mind and carry them as part of your journey. Think of it as a relationship where you're both carrying each other. You're carrying them by giving them the value that they need, by giving them the help and support that they need, and they're carrying you by paying you for it. So in everything, in all of your endeavors, think of your audience and carry them with you. And if you do that, they will carry you back. Well, my friends, today was nice and short and sweet, and thank you for tuning in. If you know someone who would benefit from this, be a pal and share. There's a click to tweet right below this video. I would really appreciate if you shared it with other people. Have questions, suggestions, or professions of love? Again, you are more than welcome to shoot me an email. I guarantee that I will respond to you and give you a super personalized response. Even if you say, hey, I need help with this, I will give you advice over email. I dare you, try it. Or you can catch me on your favorite social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, or Instagram, and search for Violetta Potter, no spaces. Thank you so much for watching. This mouse is killing me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.